is post-match pint. Liverpool 4, Newcastle United 1. What a relief. Let's start at the end, because I thought through the game he was excellent, regardless, Canate. Then he has the shot blocked by Voltemada. It's a great block by Voltemada, by the way. He's alive to it like no one's business. And then it comes back in, and it's skewed in, and it's all a bit awkward. But you could see what everything meant to the lad. You could see the weight of, well, his life. Let's be frank about this. And how hard it must have been for him. And I'm just delighted for him, I really am. I'm made up he got the goal. As I say, his all-round game was exceptional, I felt. He was, for me, one of the few. Even in the first 20 when Liverpool started poorly, he was one of the few who was playing well then. And he just went from strength to strength. He gets the goal. He's a Liverpool legend. He's done our heads in a time this season. But by Christ, I loved him today.
He was immaculate. He was absolutely immaculate. I said to my wife 10 minutes before the end that I thought that he was up there for man of the match before the goal. I mean, how he can put in a performance like that under the circumstances, what he's been through. He's a better man than I am. He's had his critics this season, myself included. But I'll tell you what, there was barely a dry eye in the house tonight after he scored that goal. Absolutely made up for him. Well deserved. What a performance by him.
It's a great response, I thought, from everyone. And you could also see, listen, the goalkeeper these days, he doesn't run the length of the pitch for anyone. So he knows what it means, and he's been through something similar in his life. And also scored a goal, let's be frank, albeit a more dramatic one.
His goal was way more fun, let's be honest.
Yeah, of course it was. But it still shows you again that it's still in all this together, that they're still having to live their own lives. It's been a punishing season, a slog for everyone. Can't have been in any way, shape or form enjoyable for Ibu Canate, given what went on in the summer, given obviously what's been going on personally. I'm just so pleased for him, and I'm pleased for his entire performance.
I think the thing is, you don't know how much of this whole thing is we've no idea if there's a short-term thing or a long-term thing. This might have been something that's been playing on.
And we should never know either.
We should never know. It's none of our business, but it might well be, and we might have to sort of reevaluate a lot of what we say in some ways and sort of remember that they're just human beings playing football ultimately.
Young men, Phil, really young men.
They are. You know, they're all mostly 10 to 15 years younger than me.
And that's your birthday, by the way, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. It's that my 40th year started now, and it's very depressing.
Really? Did you ride a penny farthing?
I didn't, no. I haven't got one, so I didn't, no. Why would they do that?
Why would you do that, indeed?
Ask stupid questions, don't you?
Sorry, mate.
Fucking
sorry.
Hell,
Come on, talk about Ibu Canate.
I just thought he won all of his battles. I thought he won everything in the air. I thought he used the ball really well. It was just a very good performance from him, and I think a lot of it was there was probably a lot of adrenaline there for him, getting him through that and fighting him. But either way, he was excellent. He was the sort of footballer we've seen for a long period of his career. I felt quite uneasy with some of the stick he's been taking in the last few months. Not that he's not deserved, is not the right word, but criticism's probably been fair in terms of how he's been playing. He's not been playing particularly well. There's been mistakes he's made, but at the same time, it's like 3 or 4 years of genuine top quality being a centre-back at this level. It's just been forgotten. And I think what you saw tonight was that player was there. Not that this necessarily means he's back or anything like that, but that was the type of player we've seen over a long period of time for Liverpool, and I was made up for him that he finished it with the goal as well, because it's really difficult to say that a centre-back deserved a goal. But in the circumstances,
great, yeah,
he did deserve the goal, because he deserved that moment where he can sort of have everyone going, we're all with you, mate, well in, and the ground was with him, his team were all with him. You saw all of his players, all the teammates were like, okay, I'm going there. You mentioned the goalkeeper, he was right up. It took him a while to think, hang on, I'll do this.
Captain as well.
Everyone went. They dragged Gravenberch was sort of the last one to go over. Like, he was like, do I need to stay here just in case they kick off or something? And he was late to get over, but he went over as well, and they all had that moment for him in front of the cop, and then he got his moments in front of the cop, and it was just very nice to see. It was quite wholesome, really, wasn't it?
It was wholesome. It's good. The whole performance ends up wholesome. I think it's fair to say, Stu. What you got to see tonight, I think, what I'm most excited about in terms of the first 3 goals is it's Wright and it's Ekitike, and this is it. You're getting to see what it's meant to be. You know, Ekitike ends up with a brace, Wright with a goal and an assist. Wright has gone from a man where people were saying he's got no output to all of a sudden every time he plays now, I think he's going to get a goal and 2 assists. That's what he now looks like every game. He looks like there's a goal and 2 assists in his back pocket, which there isn't, and it's not fair. But my God, he's so exciting in everything he does.
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.